And I still only have one spell engrave. They are going to add with Rico. I would like to hold my Ash for KTS. Do I want to Widow this? No, I think I'll hold the Widow as well. I need to get 3 spells engraved so that I get higher value out of my striker cards. We're adding clip, okay? All right. Yeah, really not a fan of the desires. I would have rather had Fualos in this hand. Especially because of this. Okay. I'll go Fov, attempt to pop the Amritara to try to force a play from him. Level 8 fusion monster in graveyard or banishment. Well, I'll send Albion anyway. Attempt to pop the Amritara. Clip. Okay. Nice. So we may see a back-to-back here from the Amritara and the clip. Draw. This Maxi is really going to help because he has to special summon to play through this. Fua would be doing similar to the... Yeah, Fua would be doing great here. Even if I had Fua in hand right now, while I'm playing into the board, I could Fua them. And then they always summon from extra deck. Clip effect engrave to banish. Yeah, go ahead. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything super important. And draw on resolution. I will cross out that draw, I believe. Yes, I'm going to cross out that draw. Absolutely need to cross that out. You love to see the clutch cross out designator. Rhapsodia of Madness. So now this can negate my designator by sending. Yeah, because he controls a synchro. That's pretty good. But I think he has to control a synchro at resolution. So I think I can go Chain Widow, negate and take the back-to-back. Chain 6, linkage. But let's see if he responds to the Widow first. I think at resolution to negate with Rhapsodia, this is a counter trap, so I now cannot use linkage. Yeah, spell speeds are very powerful. This card's so strong at the moment. Yeah, Reframing is a very, very strong card right now. But yeah, I still get the maxi draw. So now I'm drawed. And Azalea is gone. Okay, so we want to get rid of this. I think I'm going to set the desires. Activate linkage on that. We're going to go for 0 to pop the back-to-back and then try to just power through with the 0. Yeah, there's no reason to take anything else, right? I could bring back Widow with Kagari. I think I just want to pop the back-to-back. Summon this. No effect on summon because we need the tag out. Did I banish a rose? No, I did not. Nice. Okay. I am simply going to summon a Ray. I don't want to use a monster effect because I don't want to trigger back-to-back. I would like to go battle phase. Yeah, okay. This is good. So we're gonna go... Oh, I can only attack back to back. Why is that? Something... Ah, I can only attack that monster in the main monster zone. Okay. Well, then I'm going to zero effect. And I think he can respond with this. Yeah. He's belling it. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Okay. This get Kagari. Kagari take the back-to-back. Let's try that. Yeah. Draw resolved. Was there a way to get through that? I'm not sure, honestly. Zalen, yeah. Summon the Kagari. Perhaps should have done this all in main one. I will attempt to go Kagari. I will take the Widow. And Trackmaker effect to bounce. I will go Rose effect to summon, and then they are going to go back to back again. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to go next game. I don't think I can get through that. Because now he goes Zalen negate and pop this. I go Ray summon back. I could main to make Exciton, potentially. Uh-huh. Do you know, I was very close and the deck feels very strong. So that's very positive. The one chance I have is no, non-existent now. So that's shuffled. Widow comes back to hand. Ray effect. Well, okay, you know what? Let's attempt to play it out. I'm gonna go Widow. I'm gonna negate and take I guess I take the RS. Let's take the RS. Although that really reduces its attack. Okay, I should have taken the back-to-back. Okay. Yeah, okay. That was silly of me. I can only attack this. Okay, we'll go main two. So we're hoping that they just pass on a 0 here, and then we have the thrust. If I draw into my Kaiju, I'll be really happy with that. There we go, draw on res, the enemy of all Sky Striker players. Droll and Lockbird in the format was a huge reason why I myself didn't choose to go with Sky Striker for the national championship. I wanted to play a deck that could ignore Droll and Lockbird because I just anticipated seeing a lot of it, and it always felt really, really bad when I was playing Sky Striker Pure or even Sky Striker Mitsu. Seeing Droll and Lockbird resolve against me and just look down at my hand, and I feel, oh, I can't play most of these cards. So even here, they can't add with Shizuku in end phase. So that Droll just absolutely cleaned up, really fantastic. So we have the cold buy here for the Ray. Yeah, that's really fantastic. So I'm gonna go Pyrrhus map for Cupsy. We're gonna attempt to do a full yummy combo. And I probably will Cold by the Grave the Ray if I get away with this Pyrrhus map. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Um, yeah, there we go. So the writing was on the wall there. If you've seen any videos from the channel previously, you know how we do the usual kind of yummy combo. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this going second list, to be honest. Let's try again. Let's play going second for a bit. Um, it might just give us some more sort of time efficient wins. Okay, we paired another unfathomable duelist. Wicked. Okay, please send us second. That'd be lovely. Wonderful. Okay, let's try. I've mentioned before in previous videos, I really do like going second strategies. It just kind of flips the narrative on the game, and particularly in best of one format in Master Duel, I think it is really efficient strategy. Okay, Sharon. I think I'm gonna hold the Fua here, just in case of Gamma, but I want to see what they're able to hit here. Okay, so now when they activate this Havnis, I'm absolutely gonna drop the Fualos. Yeah, and Scream. That's a pretty big Sharon. So yeah, we're gonna drop the Fua. I'm probably gonna imperm the Kit Kalos, just because it's just a very, very powerful high impact card. I don't really want them to search Crime if they're able to do so, or Sulik. Now that added from deck to hand, so I could draw them on resolution, but then I won't get the draws from my Fualos, and I don't imagine it's going to stop them. So I think in this instance, probably going to hold the draw and just get some draws out of the Fua, just to get a couple more pushes. I'm definitely going to imperm this. Okay, sending the Branded Fusion. Yeah, well, I'm absolutely going to imperm that one. Can't really decide if I want to draw here. I do have playable. But because I don't have a yummy name, what did they add to hand again? They added Meta Noise. I don't think they necessarily have playable. I'm going to hold the draw because this is now negated. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, immediate punish for not dropping that draw. I'm gonna leave it. I value the draws from the Fua. Okay. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, fair enough. But I'm happy enough with that. Just passing on Kit Kalos Meta Noise. Presumably Sulik. Um yeah. I'm actually fairly okay with that. I would like to start Engage here, because I think the Fiendsmith engine's a bit more valuable to me than the Engage. Okay. They may attempt to draw on rares. We'll hit that with the Cold Buy, and then we'll thrust for playable. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start drones and just tempt the Yummy Bridge. Fusion duplication for branded fusion. Insanity. Yeah, I can't really stop that right now. I may be able to make a small outplay here if I Cold Buy the Fallen of Albaz, presuming that's what they're gonna fuse with here. So they have to fuse with Fallen of Albaz with branded fusion, correct? And then I'm expecting Albion. But then depending on what else they send, I may be able to make an outplay. Although there's some nice, yeah, okay. Yeah, I absolutely want to hit this Albaz. So I'm going to go there. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to call by this Albaz. This is a smidge high risk, high reward, but I just do not want to see a Mirror Jade right now. And I think stopping him getting to Mirror Jade just really helps. We've livened the Thrust now because they've used a monster effect in our turn. Can they still fuse? Yes, so I think it'll have to be Grangrenol. But that's not what they wanted to make. They wanted to make Mirror Jade. Let's see. Okay. So that's going to be Grangrenol, yes. Yeah. Grangrenol effect to send. See what they decide to send here. Garura effect to draw. I'm not in the mood to self-draw here. This draw's not leaving my hand, I guess. Yeah, so I think here just pushing on with the Kagari is probably worth it. Because I have the tract and the thrust. Do I still play Widow? Let me just quickly deck check. Check decks. I cut the Widow, so I should add back the Hornet drones. I was playing Widow Anchor, but I think I just felt it wasn't valuable enough in the deck. Yeah. This is a very strong deck. Branded Antia are very strong engines. Thankfully, they hit nothing on that except the opening, which will protect from graveyard, from destruction effects. Yeah, I can't take that back. I've already activated it. Okay. So this is when a monster effect special summons, not a spell effect. They have Meta Noise. Presume they have Sulik or Crime. Or it could just be an Imperm. I'm not really sure. In this deck, yeah, Retribution. Okay. Well, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Okay, that going back to extra is very good for me because it doesn't go to grave, so it doesn't float into a Fallen and the Virtuous. They have no fusions in grave currently. I'm going to attempt the thrust now. I'm not actually sure what I'm taking here. I think maybe I'll go Talents to draw. Raigeki is a bit greedy here. I don't think that's necessary. I think I would prefer to go Talents draw here. I've got no target for engage. Duster only hits the Meta Noise. I think I probably would rather just go Talents. Yeah. But then I'll try to use the Fiendsmith combo first. Add Lurry, pitch Lurry. Lurry effect to summon. Grang effect here. Presumably for Keratis. Okay, Quem. And Quem is going to send... Thinking on Quem send. Branded Fusion again. Okay. I do not want to commit the Cupsy here into what could just end my turn. So I am going to use the talents and draw here. I just feel a lot more comfortable if I can draw into a yummy starter. Okay, yeah, fantastic. So now this Quem, what can it summon back? Just Fallen of Albaz, right? But then they can contact fuse my board. So I think at this point, I'm going to Kaiju the Quem. Get that off field. That summon back ability is too broken. It's really, really strong. Give you a Kaiju. I am expecting Meta Noise, but I think here I just have to go Cookie. My timer's running as well, so I really need to speed this up. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna use the Cookie effect here. Yeah, there's the Meta Noise. So that's booking the Cookie and sending Sharon. Sharon effect. Oh boy. Was it possible for me to outplay that? It was tricky to outplay that. Lubellion. So he has Mirror Jade. I think I simply lose this one. That was very tricky. Yeah, it might be time to change the decks, potentially. This is a deck I really enjoy, but yeah. Star Source, is that going to double pop? It pops cards, yes. So probably these two? Yeah. Draw into... I don't play Typhon. Yeah, okay. I've seen enough. Nice, okay. Yeah, that draw... Perhaps I should have dropped it. I just... Yeah. Didn't expect it to have so much capacity to play on my turn. I wasn't really expecting the branded cards. Okay. So with that, I think probably I have enough gems now to open 30 packs. Or maybe not. I've got some UR crafting points. Okay. Well, let's open 20 more packs and just see if we can get this Fallen of the Virtuous. I don't see any reason to hold off. Even 2 copies, I think, would be good enough to then switch to playing Sky Striker. Let's go. Let's have it. There it is. Excellent. There we go. So there's our Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon. Fantastic. So this gives us another interruption from Fallen and the Virtuous, and also allows us to reuse our Albion the Shrouded Dragon, so we can trigger the Fallen and the Virtuous 3 times. So now we just need to pull 2 more copies of the Fallen and the Virtuous to be able to complete that little engine. Fantastic. So this engine's been splashed in most decks at the moment. There's Dragon that Devours the Dogma. I think that's probably going to get addressed, and I would address it by putting the Fallen and the Virtuous to 1, just so that Fallen and the Virtuous, there's another Fallen and the White Dragon. Okay, we have a play set for branded now. As I was saying, I think these kinds of splashable engines, the best way to deal with it is probably to put Fallen and the Virtuous to 1, because then it's a useful option for branded, and it's used the way it was intended, but it's not just splashed as an engine into every deck. So we see cool tune decks playing 3 Fallen the Virtuous, Ecclesia, and Albion the Shrouded Dragon. And I even very strongly considered playing that in my Sky Striker list, and also strongly considered playing that in Malice as well. In the end, I didn't have the space, but it's definitely very, very strong. So we would like to pull it so that we can play it in Master Duel. I'll play it until it gets limited, but I'm predicting that the Fallen and the Virtuous will go to 1 just because of how splashable it is. And I think that would probably be good for the game, honestly. I like it as an engine, but it does feel a little bit too splashable and a little bit too strong. As I've mentioned in a previous video, I feel that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the most fun when everyone's deck looks different. So I always think that's good for the game, is just kind of adjusting the ban list so that it encourages people to be more creative with their deck building. I do think that improves the game. Having the Fallen and the Virtuous then as just a strong tool in branded specifically, I just think makes it more fun gameplay experience. So yeah, that's my take. That's my take on it. Yeah, okay. So just hunting for that, the Fallen and the Virtuous. We're just gonna keep rolling. We got 1. Come on, we can get another 2. Hopefully. But I suppose it's not really worth playing the package without 2 copies. Because the whole point is that it searches another copy when you activate the first one, with how the engine currently works. Let's go. Another Fallen and the White Dragon. Okay. So we have 4 of this guy now, so we can dismantle him for some UR crafting points. And maybe we do just craft another Fallen and the Virtuous. We'll see. Because it's the last 2 cards we need in the set. I was hoping to save my UR crafting points for some other cards, potentially. Let's go. All right. Yeah, lots more in A-Craft. Last pack, please. Please. Last pack of Destiny. Here it goes. All right. Come on, chat. Here we go. Here it is. Fallen and the Virtuous. Okay. Another Ecclesia. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. Cool. You only ever need 1 of this card. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, let's look at the deck. And why don't we... I should make this one look prettier. So let's... I've just called it deck. I should rename it. Excuse me, I'm just going to wipe my nose. Allergies are absolutely killing me at the moment. Yeah, my allergies are really bad right now. Not as bad as they used to be. If anyone actually knows me, they know how horrendous my allergies have always been. And they're certainly not as bad as they used to be. So that is very positive. We've got to use the Sky Striker Ace Ray sleeves, haven't we? Is there a Ray card case as well? They're all right. I like those. I'll use the Ray Protector. Extra Deck Protector. Yeah, we'll use the Ray ones. Dual Field. Do quite like the Autumn one or the Cherry Blossom one. Well, if we're playing Sky Striker, let's use the Sky Striker ones. Go on then. And then we want the cool, like, this thing. Yeah. And then it's gonna have to be Ray, right? Yeah. We'll go for Pot of Greed. We love drawing cards. 3 main cards. Yeah, it's gonna be... So here's the deck that I built. Since we're gonna be able to see the list now. So obviously Ray's gonna be card number 1. I guess Engage is card number 2. Let's go for the red Engage. I like playing the 2 blue and the 1 red Engage since I do have a red Engage. And I guess the last card's probably like Fallen and the Virtuous or something, or Super Poly. We'll go Fallen and the Virtuous. But that's where the list is right now. Obviously, we need to pull the last 2 Fallen and Virtuouses. But we'll get to that. So that looks all right now. So let's rename it. We've blinged it out. I guess let's look at what URs we can dismantle to get some more CP. So We've definitely got 4 of this guy. So let's dismantle one of him. I've got 4 of this guy. So let's dismantle one of them. And I imagine there's not much else that can be dismantled for gems. Yeah. For CP crafting points. Yeah, okay. That's where we're at. Yeah, if you've seen how I play, I'm very, very stingy with dismantling. Even if a card's at 1, I'm always like, well, it could come back to 3, you never know. So I'm really, really stingy with my dismantling. Even Habakiri, I'm just keeping it at 3. I have accidentally used like the auto dismantle before, which I think has taken me lower on certain cards that I used to have 3 of. But yeah, I'm super stingy with dismantling. I still have 3 Kaiman, even though that's never coming back to 3. That's just the way I roll. I don't think I'm changing that anytime soon. Yeah, okay. Occasionally, if there's a card that I'm just like, I do not recognize that card, there is no way that that card is like ever getting played, then occasionally I dismantle them. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it at that. So I have enough crafting points to make a couple cards. Let's make 1 Fallen and the Virtuous just so the deck's playable. Let's do it. That's what crafting points are for. Let's get them used. But we still want to pull the last one. So I'm going to get rid of this. And then I need to think of another card to put in the deck. I think I'll probably just play another Widow Anchor. And that's a pretty solid list. So I'm going to call this kind of like Power Spell Sky Striker. That's kind of what it is, right? I only have 1 Lemnis Gate, it's a UR. I only have 1 0, again, it's a UR. We've now pulled the Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon, which is fantastic. Of course, we got the glossy Fallen and Virtuous from the first pack opening. But this list just looks relatively solid to me into most things. I would like to play a Kaiju. I'd like to play like a Hamp, which is also a UR, but I keep talking about it, so I think I might just bite the bullet and just buy 1 Hamp. Honestly, it's not the best Kaiju because you have to control a Sky Striker Ace monster. However, of course, that is like most of our deck, most of our extra deck. We've got a lot of super poly targets. We've got the Exciton Knight just for the occasions where that does come up. I quite like the list. So, do we bother with the Kaiju? Do you know what? I'm not going to bother with the Kaiju, but to have a thrust target, I'm going to play Daruma. Because Daruma's quite good at outing towers. So perhaps then I will cut the 3rd Widow, and I'm going to just play a Daruma. And it's purely just for setting off thrust and just to have something that can out towers in a really bad scenario. Potentially then I also want to add another thrust just to be able to see a bit more consistently. And I think we'll just play 41. I think I'm okay with that. And if we just don't have it, it is what it is. But I strongly considered playing this for Nats. This was in my side deck kind of 2 weeks before. And then like a week before, I decided not to play it. Would it have made a difference on the day? I don't think so. I got kind of varianced quite hard, and I didn't see any of my side cards when they would have been relevant. I definitely didn't have Thrust in my hand when I was facing down kind of like Towers monsters. So yeah, I don't think it made any difference ultimately. But I'm just hoping for better variance and better luck in the next event. So we now need to change our deck. So let's do that. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of this this deck. We're gonna play our Power Spell Sky Striker deck, and we're gonna choose first. Let's go. So I'm hoping that this goes well. I did test Sky Striker a fair bit in the lead up to Nats, and I really enjoyed it. I really thought I was gonna play it. Majority of my testing I did with the Mitsurugi Sky Striker deck, and I did like it because It gave you a little bit more power, but some of the Mitsurugi cards were a little bit bricky, shall we say. Um, the combination pre-prep mirror is obviously really awful when we draw that. And just having cards that don't do anything by themselves, like Mitsurugi Ritual, it needs to have a Mitsurugi monster to pair with it. Yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate. Okay, so we're going second here into Cool Tune. They've gone Recoad Rotary, so we're expecting to see Trackmaker and then Rotary here. Oh, and there's Rotary Reveal Q. Okay, fantastic. So we'll special the Q effect. Into Power Patron, okay. So I was on Fualos in this deck, but I cut it for Pot of Desires. I'm not a big fan of Pot of Desires, so legitimately, I might revert that change and play Fualos instead of Pot of Desires. It's just one of these things. I've never been a fan of Pot of Desires. I understand that mathematically it's probably fine to play it, but just for me and how unlucky I am, yeah, banishing 10 cards from my deck just seems too expensive for a draw. When I could just high roll on engage and get a draw from that instead, I'd much rather do that. And like right now, just watching my opponent play, we'll see how it goes. But right now, I would have had, 2 draws from Fua, or discouraged them from making such a big play. So we got KTS. Uh-huh. And now we are modulating the levels with the Power Patron. And then these two presumably are going to go into the 8. That might be Crystal Wing. Oh, it's Amritara. Yeah, because Trackmaker's a light. Yeah, okay. And then this searches the trap. Activate JJ extra normal summon, I assume. KTS, okay. We're going full combo right now. Yeah, I honestly think I am going to swap the desires for just Full Loss. Now, what's nice here is having the Fallen and the Virtuous for the back-to-back, but I think... Let's see. Have they hard opened the reframing because they didn't search with Amritara? I wondered if I saw that right. And then what have they just revealed? They just revealed Thrust and Engage. So they're going to banish my Engage and presumably put my Thrust on the bottom. Love that. Okay. So we've got Remakes, Set, Pass with Amritara. One of these is reframing. Pretty certain, right? So we have to play through a Negate. Remix is going to get back. Oh, love that Maxi. That's fantastic. Okay, the Maxi really might help getting through this board, actually. They don't have a hand trap to add back with Remix. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to pass priority here in draw phase. Okay. My connection's a little bit poor. Let's do what the pros do. I'm going to start Desires. And banish all my good cards. I mean, there we go. My second FOV is gone. I will go Maxi. So my Lemnis Gate is gone. My second Fallen on the Virtuous is gone. Yeah, the banishes are actually fine. Talents is gone. So at least my Maxi resolves. Adding back Mix. And specialing Rico, draw 1. Desires into Desires. You love to see it. Draw 2 off the Desires, yeah. And I still only have 1 Spell Engrave. They are going to add with Rico. I would like to hold my Ash for KTS. Do I want to Widow this? No, I think I'll hold the Widow as well. I need to get 3 spells engraved so that I get higher value out of my striker cards. We're adding Clip, okay? All right. Yeah, really not a fan of the Desires. I would have rather had Fualos in this hand, especially because of this. Okay. I'll go Fov, attempt to pop the Amritara to try to force a play from him. Level 8 fusion monster in graveyard or banishment. Well, I'll send Albion anyway. Attempt to pop the Amritara. Clip. Okay. Nice. So we may see a back-to-back here from the Amritara and the Clip. Draw. This Maxi is really going to help because he has to special summon to play through this. Fua would be doing similar to the yeah, Fua would be doing great here. Even if I had Fua in hand right now, while I'm playing into the board, I could Fua them, and then they always summon from extra deck. Clip effect engrave to banish. Yeah, go ahead. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything super important. And draw on resolution. I will cross out that draw, I believe. Yes, I'm gonna cross out that draw. Absolutely need to cross that out. You love to see the clutch crossout designator. Rhapsodia of Madness. So now this can negate my designator by sending. Yeah, because he controls a synchro. That's pretty good. But I think he has to control the synchro at resolution. So I think I can go Chain Widow, negate and take the back-to-back. Chain 6, linkage. But let's see if he responds to the Widow first. I think at resolution to negate with Rhapsodia, this is a counter trap, so I now cannot use linkage. Yeah, spell speeds are very powerful. This card's so strong at the moment. Yeah, reframing is a very, very strong card right now. But yeah, I still get the maxi draw. So now I'm drawed. And Azalea is gone. Okay, so we want to get rid of this. I think I'm going to set the desires. Activate linkage on that. We're going to go for 0 to pop the back-to-back and then try to just power through with the 0. Yeah, there's no reason to take anything else, right? I could bring back Widow with Kagari. I think I just want to pop the back-to-back. Summon this. No effect on summon because we need the tag out. Did I banish a rose? No, I did not. Nice. Okay. I am simply going to summon a Ray. I don't want to use a monster effect because I don't want to trigger back-to-back. I would like to go battle phase. Yeah, okay. This is good. So we're going to go Oh, I can only attack back to back. Why is that? Something. Ah, I can only attack that monster in the main monster zone. Okay. Well, then I'm going to zero effect. And I think he can respond with this. Yeah. He's belling it. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Okay. This get Kagari. Kagari take the back to back. Let's try that. Yeah. Draw resolved. Was there a way to get through that? I'm not sure, honestly. Zalen, yeah. Summon the Kagari. Perhaps should have done this all in main one. I will attempt to go Kagari. I will take the Widow. And Trackmaker effect to bounce. I will go Rose effect to summon, and then they are gonna go back to back again. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna go next game. I don't think I can get through that. Because now he goes Zalen negate and pop this. I go raise summon back. I could main to make Exciton potentially. Uh-huh. Do you know, I was very close and the deck feels very strong. So that's very positive. Um, the one chance I have is no, non-existent now. So that's shuffled. Widow comes back to hand. Ray effect. Well, okay, you know what? Let's attempt to play it out. I'm gonna go Widow. I'm gonna negate and take. I guess I take the RS. Let's take the RS. Although that really reduces its attack. Okay, I should have taken the back to back. Okay. Yeah, okay. That was silly of me. I can only attack this. Okay. We'll go main two. Okay, note to self, always take the back to back. Camellia Amatsu. Did I banish my Lemnis Gate? Yes. Okay, we'll go next game. I think I am going to play Fualos instead of Desires. Personal player preference. I think I had a bit of a shot there if I had another Lemnis Gate, which probably is why people play two with Desires. Yeah, it's just not my jam. Let's just swap that out. Let's just get the Fua in the deck. I have not starred Fualos. Okay. Think I'll take a little break at this point. So I'm just gonna quickly star Fua, save the deck, and then try to go next. That felt good. That was a lot better. I'm liking the deck a lot more. I simply just do not like Desires. I like this card more than I like Desires. Could even play MST to play with this. And that would have been nice as well to just hit the reframing. So I think I will potentially just put a Mystical Space Typhoon in the deck. Pardon me. Yeah, I don't mind just having MST in the deck. That looks all right to me. It's not perfection, but we don't need perfection, you know. We just need solid performance. Yeah, let's give that a try. So I'm going to take a little break now. That's where the deck's at. I'll get back to it soon after taking a little break. Cheers.